Hey, folks, welcome to Market Intraday Analysis by InTheMoneyStocks.com, your leaders in pure technical analysis, avoiding all that Wall Street hype. This video for Thursday, June 2nd, 2011, is brought to you by Realtic. All right, guys, we're going to get right into the mix here. I have a fair amount of things to go over. First of all, it looks like a perfect trading day in terms of what we talked about yesterday. For those of you in the Research Center, which, by the way, for those of you that are not in the Research Center, there's a free trial, a 1 week free trial we offer. So I encourage you to join us at inthemoneystocks.com. But in last night's video, I said, hey, listen, guys, chances are today is going to be a pause day. But being a pause day, do expect at some point during the day to flush down to a double bottom between 131 and 131.30. And sure enough, early in the day, we tagged 131.30, got a beautiful bounce, which was a swing trade, a scalp trade to the long side. We made some good money there. And then you came right down here, piercing the even number, which is an even number play, and got a bounce back all the way back up here. And sure enough, after flushing a couple times throughout the day, these spiders are just down 19 cents on the day, which is essentially a flat day. Dow Jones Industrial Average is down a little bit more because of weakness in Chevron and Exxon, down 46 points, but the Nasdaq is positive by 1.5 points, and the S&P 500 is negative by 1.5 points. So again, the main indexes, the S&P and Nasdaq, are flattish, with the Dow lagging slightly because mostly of weakness in Chevron, Exxon, and J.P. Morgan. All right. Now, the key is to understand exactly what to do in this type of environment. If you go to your 60-minute chart on your SPY, you can clearly see how beautiful this is. If I zoom out a little bit, this gives you a perfect example of the gap fill. And this is exactly what we hit a few days ago when we made the low last week before we rallied all the way up into the holiday season, the holiday session on Memorial Day, or just into Memorial Day and the day after. And by the way, guys, we called out a buy and put long swing trades out there that triggered. We rode this up. We sold them on Monday. The markets collapsed back down. And guess what? Right around this level, we triggered another long swing trade in the Research Center Hot Charts and Alerts. And I strongly encourage you, if you're watching this video for the first time, second time, 10th time, all it is a free trial. Take the free trial, no obligation, to the Research Center, because just alone today, take a look at this trade right here. Wells Fargo, I put this alert out last night. Wells Fargo, go long at $26.45. Let's put a line right there. Here's 26.45. This is a swing trade to the long side right there. It triggered basically the lows of the day. And look at just in intraday. This is just intraday. We bought this earlier today. Look at how much you're up already on this swing trade. 26.45, and is currently trading around 27.04, which is, or oh 05, which is right around a 60-cent gain already on Wells Fargo intraday. This thing should go higher. Obviously, those of you that are watching this video now, you're not looking to chase Wells Fargo at this point, but nonetheless, we already have a break-even stop in there. And profits are in the money right now. We're making money on this trade. It should go a little bit higher. We'll take profits and run. But that's the beauty of what we do here, swing trading. You hold this for 1 or 2 days, you make a dollar out of it, $1.50. Most people can hold a stock like this for months and barely make that much, or maybe even lose money. But using the technical levels, that's how you do it. And you want to see the technical level? Take a look at this, guys. I mean, it doesn't get much better than this. Clear as a bell, pivot low right here. And if you didn't see this, this is another reason to join the Research Center. Take the free trial. Pivot low right there, and that's your trigger price. And sure enough, notice how the trigger was actually at 26.50, but I put the alert to buy it just at below that even number. 26.50 is an even number. It's the midpoint of an even number. And you put the entry right below there to get the best accurate fill. And sure enough, 26.45 was filled. And sure enough, we're riding high on this profitable trade already today. And this was one that went out last night, so I gave it to all my members last night. We again got filled today, and it's in the money. There are other alerts out there. I'm going to be putting out more alerts tonight, so be ready. The swing trades are coming fast and furiously because of the market activity and the volatility. This is a great swing trading environment. I'll tell you, just in the last 2 weeks, the amount of money that most of our members have made will pay a lifetime of the Research Center. A lifetime. All right, it's been an amazing run here. No losers in the last few weeks at all. We're batting again 90%. 90% is our overall ratio for the last couple months, and that's continuing to be the case here, and that's what we will bat for the future as well. All right, let's go back to the spiders here. Bring up the spiders chart. That's the daily, but we're not going to focus on the daily. If you want more analysis on a day-to-day basis, then what you need to do is join the Research Center or the Intraday Stock Chat, and we'll give you guys all the updates in the nightly videos in the Research Center on that. Right now, though, what you can clearly see is this was your buy here for a scalp. This was your even number pierce for a long scalp. These were both long scalps intraday. You got above the 20 moving average. You're now consolidating. This could be the start of a bullish consolidation pattern. I wouldn't be surprised later today to see the 50 moving average hit hit. Notice how the 50 moving average is also approximately at the pivot double top of the day as well. Again, I would not be surprised to see that get hit. In terms of what do we think about this market? I mean, what's going on? Well, you're seeing the continued weakness early in the day, even though it's faded as the volume has lightened up. The weakness early in the day is over the jobs number. I mean, yesterday's ADP number was ugly, 38,000, when people expected, the analysts expected about 190,000 in job creation. That's a huge miss, and it really sent a shockwave through the markets. People realizing now, listen, if this is a number we're getting and QE2 is still going on, what's going to happen in less than a month when QE2 ends and there's no QE3 yet? QE3 will happen eventually, but not yet, probably in 2012 from what we're seeing in the projections in the charts. So again, just watch that. We called for a double dip in housing. Housing's double dipping. All right. Again, we told our members, if you're looking to buy a house, wait another year. Wait another year, year and a half. You'll get a great deal in late 2012, early 2013. That should be approximately the bottom. There's another 15-20% downside in housing from these current levels over the next year to 2 years. So again, just the patience, understanding the levels, and I really went into that in the intraday stock chat today, telling people, listen, when the volatility comes in the intraday period or in the markets, that's when you look for the swing trades. When it's quiet and sideways, don't force a trade. Discipline, market discipline, money management is unbelievably important to being a successful trader. We teach that here at InTheMoneyStocks.com. All right. Spiders again consolidating here. We'll see what happens later today. Spiders down about 27 cents, just slightly negative on the day. Goldman Sachs was subpoenaed by a New York prosecutor. It dumped sharply here. It almost hit my trigger buy level. Trigger buy level, let me show you this, was right down here. Very, very close to the trigger buy level. Didn't quite hit for me, but I did get filled on the Wells Fargo trade, which was a great one. Bank of America was very close as well. I was looking for a break of 11 bucks. It got down to approximately 11.08. So it came within about 10 cents of my trigger on Bank of America as well. Didn't quite get there, but the Wells Fargo trade again. What more can you say, folks? If you have an alert like this, how do you not make money, right? I mean, look at this thing. Beautiful little tail, possible bottoming tail too, guys. I mean, you do have a possible bottoming tail on Wells Fargo, and I think the financials may be near a short-term bottom for the next month or so. And the reason I say that is because there's a lot of bad news that's been coming out. Today was the climax with the Goldman Sachs subpoena, but we've had regulations and lawsuit possibilities and billions in lawsuits, and this has all come out, and that's why you see a chart like this on Wells Fargo. Ugly, ugly stuff. But the key is to understand that this is now all out of the market. I mean, this is all known now. And a lot of times once the news is all out there and the bad news kind of is all out there and people are the most bearish on financials, that's when the bottom is actually in. And that's what I'm thinking, at least in the short term. Ultimately, these things are going to go lower, but probably a good solid bounce off of these levels, in my opinion, over the next 2 to 4 weeks off of these levels, all right? Taking a look at a couple other stocks today, Apple Computer is actually positive on the day. So we have the NASDAQ is up. I mentioned that earlier. The NASDAQ is up, and that's technology. So Apple Computer is doing all right. Amazon.com is up 60 cents as well. So a lot of these tech stocks are doing well. Baidu is having a big day today. Big day on Baidu here, trading up about $5 on the day. Look at that thing skyrocket. All right, good move on Baidu there, and we'll see again how that continues. I'm kind of looking at one chart here that I think might be of interest. You know what? I'm going to give this one out right here as a freebie in the free video to you guys. With Baidu going, let me just take a look at Sohu. Sohu having a big day, and Sina. Let me take a look at Sina. All the Chinese internets are having a big day. Yeah, Sina up $4 and change. Here's one to watch, guys. This is one that could go big in this afternoon's trading. Sky Mobi sponsored ADS. Take a look at this chart here. On the daily chart, look at this fall. This is a kind of internet-ish type move. Look at the move it had up when all of Sina on the daily was running up the same chart. See this big run up on Sina? So this is one that's lagging, and it actually looks pretty attractive to me down here, I have to say. It does look pretty attractive, at least as just a short-term trade. I wouldn't look to marry these things at all, but I do think this could be a very interesting trade here in the coming days. So watch that very, very closely, and we'll see how things play out here. But I'm going to give you guys that as my freebie today on this video. We'll see if it can get $1. I think it could easily bounce $1 from current levels, so watch that, all right? All right, guys, enough said today. Enjoy. Come join the free trial in the Research Center, free trial in the Intraday Stock Chat. We hope to have you with us shortly. Take care.